celebrates the legacy of the legendary pop band. So with this in mind, please welcome our very own Fab Four. First up, She Loves You, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the fabulous Jane McDonald. And she said she's had a hard day's night, but I'm sure she'll get by with a little help from her friends. It's Gillian Telford. Once a member of Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, but not anymore. Since Mr. Spain came on the scene, she wakes up every morning singing Love, Love Me Do. It's Linda Elliott. And here comes the sun. No, that's what I say in my day job. It's me, Andrew McLean. Now, coming up, as one woman gives her husband a 40th birthday present neither of them are likely to forget in a hurry. It's a year's worth of lovemaking. We want to know, could you be bothered to do it every day for a year? Plus, here to tell us all about his attempts at revisiting his childhood in his latest book, it's cult comedian Danny Wallace. And later on, we're joined by a lady who's been a bad girl and a street star. Here to tell us why she's cooking up a storm, it's Deborah Stevenson. Before all that, with far more pressing matters, Linda Bellingham, you've got a new haircut.
I have.
Yeah, it's nice,
well,
that.
I just felt my other hair was getting a bit...
Your other hair?
My other
got a selection.
My other head. It was getting a bit puddingy.
Puddingy?
Yes, and it wasn't very good. And this makes my face look thinner anyway.
Oh, yes, it does, actually. It's very, very nice.
Thank you.
Yes, we like that, because you've gone from bob now to very stylish and chic.
Oh, thank you.
I like that.
I love you.
Not that there's anything wrong with bobs.
No,
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, I like
well, yours
that.
is longer now, though. It's getting longer.
I'm growing mine. Yeah. I always go through with each pregnancy, like I've done it a lot. Something happens when the hormones rush in and you want to cut all your hair off.
Yeah.
So I'm
you think
trying
it's just going to make it easier, don't you? Have to sit there all day blow drying when you're trying to
grow mine now. I want mine like Jane's.
I like yours because it's all low, but I'm thinking of getting mine cut now, and I can't decide if I want it cut really short. I've had it short quite a few times, but because I was doing the bill and all that, I can't have anything done to it. But I've got a bit of time off now, so I just can't decide if I want it cut or not. Jeff hates it long.
Does
it?
It
Draws all your face down. But when I used to wear it up or put it up when I was doing the bill, I look like Mark Lampett, the Beverly Hillbillies. You've got a cow's lick and a widow's peak. I mean,
no, but you suit really that because you've got such great high cheekbones, haven't you? It's not everybody can. Oh yeah, not everybody can have short hair. No, me included. I can't have short hair. I look like a boy. Terrible.
You could never look like a boy.
No, I did. My divorce, I might get, maybe like the bill.
I can't have short hair because I've got a big slap head and sticky out ears. I look ridiculous. It's all disguising it. That's why mine's longer. OK, now, is it true that the best drivers only pass their test second time around? Well, if it is, the lady who featured in today's papers must be brilliant behind the wheel. Teresa Clark has taken no fewer than 12 attempts over 27 years and spent £15,000 on trying to pass, which she finally did last month, so well done. How many attempts, though, did it take us?
It took me two, so I must be a very good driver. Yes, it's all about me. I'm just thinking, 15,000, you could have bought a car for that.
I know.
Blimey. But, no, I failed first time because I swore at a bus driver. Because he pulled right out on me, and I'm saying to... You know how they sit there like that, don't speak. And I went, oi, did you just see that? And I'm calling him, I'm shouting out at Windy, like you do. And I'm saying, oi, with his paper, and I'm doing that to his paper. And he just went...
I'm very lucky.
So there you go. But I didn't
second
swear
time,
second
you're
time.
OK.
Yeah.
I learned to drive on a tractor.
Did you?
Yes, as you do.
That surprised me.
Oh, well,
Where did the driving instructor sit? Just so perched behind.
No, it was on the plough. No, it was good, actually, because when you're little on a farm, farmer's daughter seat, I was about 10, 11, and I learnt on a tractor, but you had to stand up to get the clutch in because it's such a long way down. Anyway, there's a lot of that. And then I drove on in the fields, because I think it helped a lot, because I did pass the first time.
Yeah. Well, you would, darling.
Well, I would, Yeah. But I was used to vehicles, as they say. And then but he did say to me... Stop it. He did say to me, the instructor, he said, I am going to pass you, but I have a feeling you have a tendency to drive too fast. I said, no. He said, I think you do, but I'm going to pass you anyway. So away we went.
I passed first time. I don't know if it was fluke or whatever it was, but I was quite sort of girl guidey about it, and tried very hard and, swatted and all this sort of thing. And my dad took me out. He taught me to drive. I had lessons as well, but my dad would, every Sunday, rain, hail, shine, come on, let's go and have an hour or so. And it was me who was going, I was a bit scared, because I felt so kind of out of control, and we were in our little Fiesta, which actually I only stopped driving a few years ago. It went on and on and on, our little family car. Because my main problem was, right, you know when you're driving, and there's a road in front of you, and then you need to change gear. Well, my problem was I kept doing that, looking down. And every time I changed gear, my dad would just have to go, like that. So I was fine as long as I was on a straight road and didn't have to actually do anything. But eventually I passed. I think partly because I was in my school uniform and the instructor did ask me out afterwards.
That's
why I went, no, I did say no.
Yeah.
I just
Hit
said
me,
no.
baby, one more time, I'm thinking here.
Perhaps I should have worn some uniform.
No, I was in a jumper. My granny knitted me, actually. And I had a permed. Strange man.
Well, I should have worn the school uniform because I, like, third time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, third time. I think the first time, the instructor, the driving instructor I've been with, before I took my test, said to me, oh, you get third gear. I said, what, fourth gear? He went, you won't need to know about that in London, driving around in London, you won't need to know that. I went, oh, all right, then fine. So I got to take my test, and I got up third gear, and I thought, right, I'll just show him I can do this. So I went to fourth gear, and then he went, go, turn left next, and I thought, oh, and it come down from fourth to third. I went, oh, and I went straight past the turning. And he went, just to let you know, I've only been on this course a couple of days. He went, and I don't know where we are now. I was driving all the way, so that was a no-no. The second time, I was so nervous about it happening again that I went to the doctor for tranquilizers. And he said to me, take one in the morning, one at night, one in the morning, the test, three tablets he gave me. So I took one, and I forgot to take the one in the evening, so I took two the next day. I was like that at the wheel. Well, I was going to know what I was doing, and then he asked me these questions. He went, how do you turn right off a motorway? And I went, well, you go down, you indicate, you turn right. He went, you can't turn right off a motorway. I went, all right, yeah. And then he went, what would you do if someone was jumping off a tall building? I went, well, I'd stop, I'd pull over, and I'd call the police. He went, what are you doing looking up a tall building when you're driving on the road? So that was a foul. And so it was the third time I passed,
I think that's very sneaky.
Yes, it was. I thought that.
Mind you, I was very flash about having nice to give everybody. You know how you do, you can't wait to give everybody. Where do you want to go? Scotland? No problem, you know, you're there. But my dad, we had a garage, and it was very tight for the family car. And as I got a bit more experienced, I was allowed to use this car once. But he said, oh, no, you can, I'll trust you, Linda. Just don't put it back in the garage. Why not? Because you'll scrape it. I won't. You will, I'm telling you. Just trust me, my dove. Don't put the car in the garage. Came home, had a few. You could in those days, I'm not condoning it, but nobody stopped you there. So I went straight in and straight up the side, scratched it all the way down. And then, of course, I was stuck because I couldn't back it out and kind of pretend it hadn't happened because I couldn't get out without scraping it some more.
Dear.
So I had to own up, so I wasn't that clever at all.
I was lucky. My brother is the most patient man I've ever known in my life, and he taught me how to drive, and he just took me out in his car over the field again and said, right, just get to know it and get to the feel of the car. And it's
But it would be like that.
Yeah,
How
it
do you know
was,
to
but
drive on a
hey, see, you
field?
get used to some bumps on a field after a while. And it
when you're
worked.
driving.
Yes, but it was great. So I'm, you know, I
Thank you,
thank my
Tony.
brother. Thank you, Tony. Lovely fella.
And thank you, my dad. Okay, we'll take a bit of a break here. When we get back, we'll be chatting about our cherished childhood memories. Back soon.